Let's begin. Thanks for being here. We connect to our Ujjayi breath, aligning the crown over the tip of the tailbone. Softening belly and permit our breath to descend into the abdomen. We'll start right off with alternate nostril breathing. We'll go for a 1:3:2 ratio. Select any hand that you want to begin with, since we're all familiar with the technique. We'll just go right in on our own. Thumb closes, and we'll begin by inhaling through a singular nostril, holding 3 times as long. And exhaling not quite as long. Let's do a few rounds on our own. If this creates too much agitation through your system, or you're just not ready to tolerate or investigate it, just keep the breath moving. So you can omit, you can trim some of these counts so the breath remains fluid, and we work into this gradually. Going for a 1:3:2 ratio, but a very malleable one. We'll continue until you exhale. And as you transition back into your Ujjayi breath, let's feel that transition. And feel that breath-body relationship. Okay, now wherever you are on the seated, to turn our palms away, settle just the fingerprints onto the mat. I'm not trying to bend my wrist. I'm actually trying to traction or spread the tissues around the palm and the forearm. So I'm adding a pressure. Connecting to breath. I'm feeling the digits, the joints of the fingers, the ligaments in the fingers, and the hand muscles. It's gently starting to open up. And release. We'll switch the cross of the legs. We'll bring both elbows up and locking the shoulders. Inhale into upper back. We get the feet lightly active. Exhale the shoulders down, away from neck. And reach both elbows out. Keep both sit bones planted. Inhaling into upper back. Exhale, reach through both elbows. Keep the sit bones planted and gently lift the neck, the back of the neck, away from the low back. Let's squeeze on a little bit of that chest muscles. We put a little flex in there. Inhale with that flex. It's a little more challenging to inhale and flex, right? Exhale, shoulders down, flexing chest. Reach, lighten up through the neck. I'm working this a little more like a neck move than. Okay, flexing the chest. Inhale into upper back. Exhale, shoulders down, lighten neck away from sit bones, reaching elbows forward. And release. Let's take this directly into dolphin. So we'll move on to elbows and knees. There's a variation here where you can turn your palms up. I'm going to engage that one today. Often when I go for dolphin, palms up, I like to stick a little something between the edges of my palms. I'm using 2 blocks. Okay. So pushing the back of the forearms, the knuckles down. Inhale into back of heart. Curl toes under, exhale. And pressing with neck relaxed into dolphin. Gently set knees down. We're going to do some abdominal breathing from bridge. So having a block, let me just describe it first. We'll be coming into bridge, block optional, and we'll be working some low belly exhale and very gentle, very mild, using the low belly Uddiyana. It'll be very gentle, but because of the orientation of the torso, our organs will be just shifted in a completely other place. So let's lie back, setting up for bridge. When your feet feel in parallel, inhale, lifting the chest away from the hips. Exhale, shift the tailbone toward the sky until the buttock lifts. The spine. Inserting the block as you see fit under the sacrum. So, first is connecting to Ujjayi breath, feeling that the upper part of the rib cage can and does expand with inhale. I'm just beginning, taking a fuller excursion breath in bridge. Begin to employ low belly muscles with your exhale. And you may gradually, we'll just be here about 5 or 6 deep breaths. You can gradually begin to empty or exhale to a greater degree, an emptier degree. And with each emptier exhale, you may feel that light tugging that's very related to when we do Uddiyana, okay. But stay in Ujjayi breath. Let the breath move smoothly in and out. The exhalation pools in radically different ways. The viscera, the organs around the pelvis. Then say if our back was firm or flat to the ground. It's just providing this different orientation. This hopefully lets us feel different areas of the spine and the hip bones and the ligaments and just all of these pelvic, abdominal, these vital regions. Just one more deep breath in bridge. Use your feet pressure to help feel inhale, lift ribs toward the face. Even just the awareness of the feet may start to influence the shape of our breath. And we'll press off that block if you're using it and begin descent out of bridge. We'll turn to his side, pressing to standing. Couple items at the wall. We'll be working chest opener, and then we'll work dolphin on the wall. So chest opener as a reminder, okay, ensure there's sufficient room so that when my hand is placed I can feel my shoulder blade kind of slipping down or around the back of my ribs. And I think the most important detail for the most of us is working that hand on the wall to feel this arm bone getting gently moved downward. And using some of those great inhalations from our bridge, lifting the chest wall, the chest bones, but still maintaining contact with the feet. With each breath into the chest, does your visual field clarify or broaden or soften? Or does your visual field narrow? Actually feeling the eyes? And release. We'll trade sides. The feet are such a powerful part of our whole-bodied awareness. I recommend if you discover a narrowing, whether it's a contraction in the body, a contraction in the visual field, the mind, just bringing a thread of your attention back into the feet. Notice if that helps open up relax the visual field or the body field. If there's subtle little contractions in the neck joints. Stay with the feet as you're feeling through those neck joints, as you're breathing behind those neck joints. A lot of our contractions, I'll speak for myself, I find a lot of the contractions I enact often begin with a disconnection from the ground, a disconnection from kind of physical context. So I think that those feet can really help us reestablish a larger context that actually can be very soothing to the nervous system. And when we release, we'll work dolphin on the wall, and we'll clasp hands for this one. So when we get near a wall, we'll clasp hands with the elbows under shoulders. Push those palms one into the other. You feel the chest flex. It's often where we've just gotten a stretch, sometimes we can flex or contract to a greater degree. It's just one of those little things Exhale, we'll press the knees off the ground. And stepping one foot and the other foot hip height. Dolphin on the wall. 8 breaths. Right. When you feel complete, we'll ease down away from wall. And let's stand at the top of mat. It's a rich, vast kind of world, experiential world of fullness and energy and motion in the body. And our breath provides expression and vehicle for that. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back, lunge. Hands to ground. Exhale, step back, lower plank to ground. If the heels touch, squeeze on those inner heels. That inner heel and inner leg have a lot of communication up to those shoulder blades. Cobra. Keep tweezing those inner heels. Tailbone shifts. Just like bridge, but kind of upside down bridge. Inhale into the abdomen, then into the chest, behind the chest wall, getting those upper bones and the ribs to articulate. Exhale, lower downward dog. Flexing those chest muscles to push back. Inhale, left foot forward, lunge. Hands to ground, exhale, right foot forward, fold. Inhale, stand. As you're wrapping the shoulders, drawing the arms up, lightly sink those heels down. And as you feel the heels lengthen through the neck, exhale, hands to heart. We'll do one more. Inhale, drawing the arms up. Light through the neck. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back lunge. Hands to ground. Exhale, step back, lowering all the way down, tweezing those inner heels, inner ankles. Cobra. Inhale, pull, decompressing the spine, tracking that breath all the way up into chest wall. Exhale, lower down, downward dog. It occurred to me that someone might be wincing during particular efforts like Cobra. If you discover your vision kind of winces, that might be an interesting place where we discover the body. There's maybe a little contraction or a blank out. Inhale the right foot forward, lunge. Hands to ground, exhaling, left foot forward, fold. Inhale, stand, draw the arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart. For your information, we will get to a moment with some rolls, so have a soft rolled up blanket or roll nearby. Inhale, reach the arms up. Gently sink the heels down. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot back. When you set the knee down, place the top of the left foot down. Now really press. On exhale, perhaps the left knee lifts off the ground, arrow lunge. To press that knee up, we've got to have a really kind of strong line of connection up through that inner left groin, those deep inner leg muscles. Gently set that knee down. Keep the right hand on your right thigh. I'm going to back out just a little bit. I'm backing out so I'm not quite as bendy in the lunge. And I'm reaching for a little bit of a side bend. So my left hand carefully reaches to the right. At the same time, I'm shifting the tailbone down. Tweezing with that inner left leg, keeping that leg line engaged. As I'm tweezing with my inner left leg, I'm also tweezing in with my right heel bone. Try that out, Brett. It's like the inside of the right heel bone kind of squeezes the mat in. Yep, you'll feel your tibia shift a little bit. You'll feel there you go, there it is. There you go. That little area, what you're doing, that little action, that inner leg action, that inner heel action, has a lot to do with how we turn, rotate, spiral, spin. So looking over our shoulder, having our blades able to move and track with our head, have our shoulders being able to track with our eyes. So the feet are really important to how we can move our head and see our land. Inhale, come upright. Hands to ground. Exhale, step right foot back. And now again, tweeze those heels together, the inner legs, the heels, whatever you can kind of get to touch or get to activate. As you lower, pulling those shoulders away from the neck. Cobra. So again, tweezing the heels. Inhale, feel breath getting between the shoulder blades and the collarbones. And this can be done without that wincing or that neck, the neck wincing or the eyes wincing. Check with your vision. Notice if there's a blot out or a wince out. That can be kind of interesting. Exhale, lower down, downward dog. Lunge. Inhale, left foot between hands. Setting the right knee down, top of right foot down. Exhale, press. Getting the inner leg on. Maybe the knee lifts off the ground. And gently set that knee down. Let's back up a little bit. Just a little bit. Left hand on the thigh, side bend. Inhale, come upright. When we set the hands down, exhale the left knee back, pausing. Find the roll that you'd be willing to place under your belly. And we'll lie down with it. You can go very soft, you can go firm. I think soft is a good amount better in a lot of cases. Okay, so connect to breath. I'm not going to go anywhere, so you can just remain on your forearms or lying, however. But just start to engage the inner legs as we're lying. Tweeze the inner heels together, the inner legs. Deep breath. Can the belly go soft? And the back of the neck becomes soft. Okay, placing the hands out for low cobra. Low, so hands about a foot or foot and a half forward. Keep those inner legs activated. And then inhale, softening core. Gently draw the chest forward. Exhaling, lower, meltingly, lower down. So you can reestablish hands under chest. Exhale, press to your knees. Push the roll to the side. And on your next exhale, downward dog. Inhale into the sides of the ribs, the upper back, the chest wall. Inhale the right foot forward. I'm going to set that left knee down for a moment. We're moving into twisting lunge and then twisting extended lunge. So first, exhale. I'm going left elbow over right thigh. Just establishing our breath, really just using this as a staging moment. On exhale, slide that left armpit down. Fingertips to floor. Right arm reach overhead. And release. When we inhale to unwind, slide the right knee back. Find your roll, cobra over a roll. It doesn't matter if you make it really shallow, just providing a tiny bit of stimulus around the abdomen and the low back. Having lowered onto your roll, reach back through the inner legs. Set hands about 8 inches in front of the shoulders. Inhale. Elevate the chest. And then remain kind of uplifted. As you exhale, push with the palms. Slide the shoulders away from the neck. Inhale from roll to heart, roll to collar. When we lower, inhale, reset hands under chest. Exhale, press to knees before pressing down, downward dog. Straighten arms, and as we're in downward dog, strong reach out through the arms. Inhale into the sides of the ribs. Inhale, left foot forward. Twisting lunge, setting right knee down. So here might be another place, see, Brett, Marissa, where you might appreciate that heel tweeze. This would be on the left side. You don't have to move anything, just feel like your inner heel is squeezing up against. Yeah. I know, it changes the hip, doesn't it? And sometimes you feel that little wobble with the, yeah. The foot is dedicated so much, so much of our brain to what's coming in through the foot. Right, so we're sliding in for that twisting, extended lunge. So slide that right armpit down. Fingertips to ground. Left arm reaches overhead. Inhaling, unwind. Exhale, we'll step the left foot back, the left knee back. Use the roll one final time. Lowering down. This time, I'm going to angle for as much of that kind of belly, low belly stretches as I can afford without creating any impact or discomfort through the low back. So I'm going to have my hands really quite close to my shoulders, like almost under my shoulders. I shift that tailbone down. Feel right where that roll is, because that's actually pinning the abdomen, the skin, the muscle, the organs. And with the strength of our hands, we're going to pull the guts and the chest away from that low abdomen. Inhale. Come on up. And it's with the intent of that roll, pinning some things internally. And then as you exhale, just stay with, what am I pinning? What's moving? Where's my breath? And just find out if you can serve those pinned areas with your breath. Some people will feel this like pressure. Some people will feel like something starting to almost, I don't want to say tear, but unglue. One more very deep breath. And exhaling, lower down. press to the knees before downward dog. And gently set the knees down. Have a seat with your right leg extended, your right leg straightened. I'll be reaching for the foot with my left hand, and you can also reach for the left leg with your right hand. Now, if you have some, well, just keep me abreast because there's a lot of other poses we can implement. Okay. So first, let's reach the left arm overhead. That foot may or may not be within our reach today. It's perfectly fine wherever we end up. You might want to just stage right here for a few moments and until start to soften and become really rather easy to access. And the other option is your right hand can reach for your left thigh. So I'm using the action of both arms to turn the chest open. Now, if I can't grab my left thigh, I just press with my right arm against my inner right leg. Sometimes we do a hand balancing pose, Vishvami Trasana, where we'd be up on our hands grabbing our foot. This is a nice, more subdued approach to that. Release. Inhale, use your hands to walk the trunk up. Those can be some significant back muscles that you may have been accessing. All right, not done with this side, and tip this left shin up. Square off or just adjust the hips. Exhale, reach the left leg, this is an arm, left arm forward, Mariachasana, and circling that left shin with your arm. And release. Let's change sides, 2 poses on the other side. So left leg is straightened, right leg is bent. My first move is just into side bend with an eye or a possibility eye toward grabbing the foot. So reaching the right arm over. It may take a few breaths to Gonna melt in a little bit. There's a lot of nerves in this mid-rib area, like through the side, beneath the armpit, and under the breast. And because of sometimes when we move tissues, or if nerves have become kind of smushed down or scarred down or to the tissues around them, it can feel really almost gritchy, electric, pinchy. So the soft and the slow and the hot movement is just to help liberate that without having to torture ourselves. So let the breath help us out. Because that left hand can be grabbing the right leg or the right knee. And that way we get a two-hand assist, turning the chest open. And when we release, use the hands, walk your way up. There's just one more pose here, and then I know we're getting right up onto all of our work and schedules. Mariachasana. Exhale, reach the right arm forward and circle that right shin. And just note how that feels around the right shoulder blade as you relax the head and the neck. And when we release, press up. All right, we'll take a Shavasana, a brief one. So please find a rest spot. We rather obliquely we're accessing the sides, the chest wall, the upper back. There are a number of different breath approaches and pose combinations. So just note what the space around the heart feels like. The lung, the shoulder, the base of the neck, the liver area, the pancreas. When you're ready, bend knees. Turn to a side and press your way up. Namaste.